Do you know the feeling when a product line gets bigger, but somehow more confusing? That's exactly where we are right now with the MacBook lineup. We got the new MacBook Air M5, we got the new MacBook Pros with the M5 Pro and the M5 Max chip. And on the other side, we got the brand new MacBook Neo. So naturally, most people will think the base model M5 MacBook Pro should feel irrelevant. But after using it, it is actually the opposite. This is the one most people should be buying. So let me explain who this is for. If you're just browsing, watching Netflix or doing your email stuff, this is clearly overkill. But if you're someone who edits videos, works with photos, or even touch 3D work, builds something creative, or just wants a machine that never feels slow, this sits right in the sweet spot. It's not the cheapest, it's not the most powerful, but the one that makes the most sense. It starts with the display, because every time you open this thing, you're gonna be reminded why this is a Pro machine. You get a beautiful 14-inch mini LED display with Pro motion technology, so up to 120 Hz. Brightness is around 1000 nits sustained and 1600 peak for HDR, compared to the MacBook Air M5 with just 500 nits sustained and no Pro motion technology. This is not a small upgrade. It's a completely different experience. Scrolling feels smoother, highlights actually pop. And if you do any kind of color work, this matters more than raw performance. But just see for yourself how beautiful this display looks, especially when you compare it to my OLED. This kind of brightness makes everything just pop, and still black levels are nearly perfect. This just looks so much better than my OLED monitor, and I don't know if you can see it through the camera. In real life, this just pops. This is just impressive. The 14-inch MacBook Pro with the base M5 chip uses HDMI 2.1 and features 3 identical USB-C ports, all running on full Thunderbolt 4. A very important SD card slot, so no dongle life. You also get MagSafe 3 for charging, a 3.5 headphone jack, and Touch ID integrated into the power button for fast authentication. The chip itself comes with 10 CPU cores, 10 GPU cores and 16 gigs of unified memory. Storage from now on starts at 1 TB. Then there are the speakers. 6 compared to just 4 in the MacBook Air M5. And it's one of those things you not think about first until you hear it. They sound surprisingly full, wide, there is actual bass, just like a real setup. You don't need headphones all of the time anymore, and you don't need to compensate, it just works. It's no secret anymore that you can take this machine wherever you want. This is in general just the beauty of having a MacBook. You can just grab it wherever you are, you can work on your couch, you can go outside, you don't even have to plug it in to have full performance, and you can get real work done nearly everywhere. So the MacBook Pro M5 is not just another laptop, but it is something that could change your entire workflow. Instead of being forced to work on your desk, now you have the freedom to work everywhere. And this is something I really underestimated and now appreciate. With up to 24 hours of battery life, this machine is excellent. I was learning how to grade my color while editing a video, while listening to music, while having Safari opened with 20 tabs, and I haven't lost even 5% after 30 minutes. The M5 chip is crazy efficient. I can get real work done everywhere without plugging in. And now performance. And this is where things get interesting. Because on paper, the M5 Pro and the M5 Max chips completely destroy the M5 base chip. However, in real life, the base M5 chip is already ridiculously capable. Single core performance in Geekbench 6, more than 4000. Multi-core performance, more than 14,000. On the graphics side, compared to the M4 base chip, you get roughly 35% more performance, which means, so again in Geekbench 6, the metal score more than 65,000. Just keep in mind, this is a 14-inch laptop. That's not just entry-level pro performance, we're already deep inside professional territory here. Editing 4K videos, smooth, no problems at all. Editing multiple 4K video streams at the same time, no problems at all. Photo editing in Photoshop and Lightroom, easy. Even 3D work is completely doable. And the key difference between this and the MacBook Air M5, sustained performance. Because this has active cooling, so instead of peaking and then throttling after a couple of minutes, this machine stays consistent. So especially in longer renders, exports or just heavy timelines, this is where the Pro earns its name. Storage is another quiet update this year. They bumped it up from 512 to 1 TB now, and this can make the difference between have to rely on external drives or just using your MacBook. But if you want to save some money, the 512GB version is often discounted now. I mean, just have a look on Amazon. So let's just address the obvious question. Why not just go with the MacBook Air M5? Because with just a bit more money, you get better speakers, a much brighter display, double the refresh rate, mini LED with local dimming, and actually sustained performance thanks to active cooling. This is not just spec bump. This is another class of device. And why not just get the M5 Pro or the M5 Max? Simple, because most people won't use the extra power. You're gonna pay a lot more for performance that sits idle most of the time. So where does this leave us? Right in the middle. And this is where the M5 becomes interesting, because it's not trying to be the most powerful. It's trying to be enough for most of us. And it actually succeeds. And therefore the Pug is gone. This one has to be 92. What a beautiful machine. That's the whole point. This machine isn't there to flex. This is the one you're gonna buy and stop thinking about your laptop entirely. No compromises that really matter. No constant, what if I went higher? It's just a machine that keeps up. And that's why the base MacBook Pro with M5 still is the sweet spot. It's not just for casual users, not just for almost pro, but for the majority of people, including creators that just want something that works every day. Let me know in the comments down below. You agree with me? Is this the sweet spot? Regardless, thank you guys for watching the video as always. I'm Pagi and I see you in the next one. Bye.